G'day and welcome to this week's Friday Beers and Tools with Andy. We've got another Tassie local beer, another one from the Seven Sheds brewery, which is just up the road from me. And this is their Paradise Pale Hoppy Golden Ale. And what do Seven Sheds have to say? This is a hoppy golden ale designed for lazy summer afternoons. Paradise Pale is a blend of wheat and barley malts and galaxy hops. It's a perfectly relaxing beer at 5% ABV. Happy Friday. What do they have to say about the Paradise Pale description? A crisp summer ale brewed with golden promise barley malt, plus malted wheat and galaxy hops. An easy drinking, thirst quenching brew that's a perfect reward when the work is done. Paradise Pale is a great complement to the Sunday afternoon barbecue, roast chicken or fish curry. One of our original brews, it's also available in the Classics carton mix or with your own special selection from our 750ml range. It is quite hoppy. Just a touch of bitterness, but not bad. Quite nice. Quite different to other summer pale ales I've had before. And of course, like the rest of Seven Sheds, it comes in a 500ml bottle. None of this namby-pamby little tiny cans down here in Tassie. I've been a bit hit and miss with Seven Sheds. The red hemp was very nice. There was another one, I don't remember the name of it. I don't know whether I've reviewed it on here, but I didn't really like it. Whereas this one, it's quite nice. That's pretty good. On my Spanish scale, I reckon that's a 3.5, no, 4. Tough one. 3.75, no such thing. I got to err on 3.5. There are better pale ales out there than this. But still, not bad. Yeah, 3.5. Quite a nice beer. Alright, this week's tool is another from the Knipex range. As I said, I am gradually replacing all of my crappy Chinese tools with quality tools. And this is the Knipex two-piece extra long needle nose pliers set. This is an Amazon purchase, and I'll put a link in the description below, although we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's open it up. What's in the pack? Alright, obviously, first one's long nose, 11-inch long, straight and bent nose. Typical for Knipex, there's absolutely no movement and yet not tight. Very nicely made, very nicely finished. They have a very good quality machined surface on both the surfaces, and you'll notice that they have different sized gripping holes here along the length as well as the needle nose point, and interestingly they don't provide any cutting jaws with these, so these are purely just a needle nose pliers. Very handy for getting into tight spots and saving your knuckles. Alright, the straight needle nose pliers part number is, and I'll put it up here, 2871280, and being Knipex, made in Germany of course. The bent nose extra long nose pliers are 2881280, and also when you buy them in the 2-pack kit you get a Knipex storage bag, which, like all the other Knipex's products, is quite difficult to get into. It's basically a giant pencil case with a nice embroidered logo, not printed. So, what do Knipex have to say about their product? 11 inches long, as I mentioned, for gripping, adjustment and assembly work in hard to reach areas due to the slim, extra long design. Serrated gripping area for holding onto round parts or pipes, ideal for work in the automotive industry. And they do have Knipex's very nice plastic dipped handle protectors, or hand protectors on the handles. Interestingly, they're not electrician's pliers, so they just have a normal insulation rating on them. What do they have to say? Mechanics have been scraping their knuckles whilst trying to get to those hard to reach parts for years. Now, instead of reaching for a bandage, they can reach for this set of straight and 45-degree extra long needle nose pliers from Knipex. These pliers feature multiple gripping zones and are perfect for pulling and twisting, making it a great multi-use tool. Small pipes, screws, cables and round parts can be carefully gripped, held and guided with the 4 grooves in the jaws of these slim yet robust pliers. They will help you get the job done right the first time. These pliers are also available individually. So let's talk about that. I bought these as a kit, and I purchased the kit for $117.36 delivered. Unfortunately, this kit is now $168 on Amazon. So I can't recommend buying the kit. The tools are available individually for, amazingly, about the same price as what I paid for the original kit, and in fact are available for around $58 each. So don't buy the kit. I'll put the links to the individual tools. Having the straight and the 45-degree is very handy, and as I mentioned, around about $58 each. That is pretty cheap for Knipex pliers. Often in Australia they're $70, $80, so that's very reasonable. They are forged from German tool steel, oil hardened and tempered. Typically for Knipex, very nicely made, very nicely finished, and as I mentioned, machined really well. There's absolutely no movement in the jaws whatsoever. So very highly recommended. At $168 for the set, I guess you're paying a lot extra for the pencil case. I can't recommend the set at $168. However, if it does come back on special for $117, it's worthwhile getting, because you're effectively getting the pencil case for nothing. Individually, as I mentioned, they're around about $58 each, so that's probably a better buy. And of course, if you're starting out, you may not want to spend $120 odd on 2 pairs of pliers when you can spend $58 on one. Right, so value for money at what I purchased them for at $117, that's a 4 out of 5, 4.5 beers out of 5 for me. At $168, yeah, no way. That's dear, considering that combined cost is more than the individual tools. So don't buy the pair together. Individually at $58 each, I think that's very good value for money, and so therefore individually I would probably give that a 4, 4.5 out of 5 beers for value. For functionality, like all Knipex tools, they are excellent quality. They're really well made in Germany, not the Chinese crap that is flooding the market at the moment, which is fine for when you're starting out, but really at the end of the day, Chinese, they wobble, they're loose, they have usually poor quality steel, so that actually the needle noses bend very easily, which is no good if you're putting any torque into something. They also, their quality of their steel is not as good for longevity of the hardened serrated edges. So really the Chinese stuff is crap compared to the quality German brand. So for functionality, it's 5 out of 5 for me. Absolutely brilliant, having long handled. I do own a couple of sets of Chinese long handled ones, and they have been handy, but they are nowhere near the quality of the Knipex version. So 5 out of 5 for functionality. Anyway, that's it for this week's fry bat. Just a nice, short, sharp one. I do have some more house videos coming very soon. Things have slowed down on that front. I'm still waiting on my shed builder to become available to put my shed up. However, we're still chugging along with little jobs around the house. And the weather is beginning to change here, even though it is only March. It is starting to cool down a little bit at night. The days are still beautiful in the mid-20s, but nighttime temperatures can be getting down just below 10 at the moment, which is still not cold. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stop by again next Friday. Oh, by the way, can you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, because that tells YouTube's algorithm that it's a good video, and when people like it, they then will promote it to other people so that they will watch it. So please give us a thumbs up down the bottom, and we'll see you again next Friday. Cheers.